Talking Luther College track and field with assistant coach Vaughn Tackman. And Vaughn, a couple of places to go last weekend. Drake relays on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. The rest of the team went up to St. Mary's. First of all, just going down to Drake, I know you were down there. Just how cool is it to be a part of one of the nation's premier track and field events?
Yeah, it's a pretty sweet atmosphere. You know, for those students on our team who are from Iowa, they kind of understand because they've been to the Drake Stadium at least for state and things like that. But for the kids from Wisconsin, Illinois, Minnesota, it's kind of eye-opening experience and a little bit crazy. But professional runners there, high school runners, middle school runners, college, of all divisions there, and it's just a great environment, great atmosphere, and great experience for them. And
talk about your team's performances down there, some record-setting times and some good performances from the ones wearing white and blue.
That's right. So I'm going to use my notes because there's a lot, but on Thursday night, Janie Cole and Austin Bauer ran the 10K. Janie Cole ran it in 36:47.9. That's 7th all-time at Luther, 36th in the nation, and that actually bumps her just ahead of Coach Emma Spoon. And so when you can run faster than Coach Emma Spoon, you know you're doing a good job. And then Austin Bauer got a school record time of 30 minutes, 29 seconds, .28, and that broke a school record that was set in 1981 by Mark Glesner. So moving pretty quickly. He's currently 18th in the nation. Friday, we had a slew of relays. The women's DMR, 11:59.66, which is second all-time, and that was Kayla Uphoff, Anna Lampe, Maggie Pearson, and Tricia Serres. Men's DMR ran a pretty quick time of 10:11.13, which is solid time in a solid field. It doesn't rank in the top 10. I would say it probably puts them at like 12th in Luther history, and that's Kurt Hellman, Sam Stokes-Serkvenik, John Donovan, and Scott Mittman. And the cool thing about that is Kurt Hellman ran a really solid leadoff leg with a 3:03 in that 1200, so that's moving pretty quickly. And then our women's DMR, our women's 4x2 ran second all-time here at Luther with 1:44.96, and that's Erin Kammer, Maria Hocklesvik, Leah Broderick, and Anna Lampe, and that's shaving 3 seconds off the time that they set previously in the season. So we were thinking, maybe 1:46, but when we saw that 1:44, our jaws kind of dropped a little bit, and we were really, really happy with them. And then Saturday was the final day at Drake Relays. We started the day off with another school record in our women's shuttle hurdle relay of 65.97, and that's Leah Broderick, Anna Burke, Kaya Munson, and Anna Lampe. Our women's 4x8 team ran a time of 9:39.79, and that's Maggie Pearson, Mallory Carr, Nicole Powers, and Kayla Uphoff. And then Tricia Serres ran the 15 in a time of 4:28.80, which ranks third in the nation. She finished 7th in that heat, which had, again, runners of mostly Division I schools, and so it was kind of a new experience for her, kind of an exciting experience for her, and to run a time that's third in the nation is a pretty good deal.
And correct me if I'm wrong, it was only her and the gal from Oshkosh that were the only D3 or only non-Division I runners in that race,
That's
correct?
right, yep, that's right. And it's funny because they've kind of built a nice relationship up with each other. They've seen each other a lot in competitions, and they went out on a cool down after the race together.
Oh, cool. And St. Mary's was where the rest of the team went up on Saturday. You've got your notes ready. Yes. Fire when ready there, Coach.
Maria Hocklesvik, who did the double at Drake and up at St. Mary's, she had a really great weekend. So she was on that 4x2 team at Drake. She ran a time of 67.85 in the 400 hurdles, which isn't a PR. She's been dealing with some lower back issues this season, so she's starting to kind of get over that and is starting to feel the speed in her legs, and then let off the 4x4 in a 60 flat. So she's feeling really good. Gabrielle Murphy is starting to jump really well. She, again, had to miss most of the month of January because she had some hip issues that she was dealing with, and so to be kind of a month behind in training, but still start to get back into her jumping, and she's jumping, high 16s and things like that in the long jump. We're feeling pretty good about where she's going. And then Lauren Mordini, the last on the women's side, she broke 5 minutes in the 15 for the very first time. She ran 4:59.75, and that's kind of a big milestone for those distance runners to be able to break 5 minutes in that race. So feeling pretty good about where she's headed. On the men's side, Jawoll Clark, again, he's been kind of similar to Maria, has been dealing with some lower back issues, and so he hasn't even raced a whole lot this season, but he's starting to feel better, starting to get back into the swing of things. Ran a 15.15 in the high hurdles. First year on the team, Cooper Nelson ran 57.91 in the 400 hurdles. That's a 2-second PR from last week at Augie when he ran a 59. So he's starting to get the feel of that race. You know, in high school from Illinois, he ran 300 hurdles. So adding that extra 100 with hurdles on there is a new experience for him, but he's starting to get the feel for it. And then Peter Lillibridge, the guy sitting right there behind that camera.
Our executive producer.
That's right, that's right. He had a big PR in the jav. He had a 10-meter PR, so he threw 41.75 meters, which is 137 feet. So that's a extremely technical event and sometimes takes a couple meets to kind of get into the swing of things and understand all the nuances of the event, but it worked out for him this weekend and got a big PR.
Nice job by you there, Peter. Coming up this weekend, you got a duel on Thursday, Luther and Wartburg. Always kind of a fun event because you just don't see duels too often in track and field anymore, but always fun when you can, most importantly, get a lot of kids running, and you get running against some of the best kids in the nation, too.
That's right, yeah. The dual meet is, like you said, it's kind of a lost thing in the sport of track and field, and we really see it as a benefit for our program, and Wartburg sees it as a benefit for their program. You know, it's the week before the conference meet, so it's a really great way to just kind of tune up before that big meet at the end of the season. And anytime that you're racing against Wartburg, you know it's going to be good because they have solid athletes. It's a good program there, and this is a meet where our athletes really tend to shine, and we kind of show our stuff. And again, it just gets us amped and excited for the conference meet coming up next week.
And, of course, that conference meet can be right out here at Carlson Stadium. Well, that's Coach, right. Hopefully another step forward this week with training and everything, and with the duel against Wartburg. And we'll look forward to previewing the Iowa Conference meet hosted by Luther next week.
Yeah, thank you.
Von Tackman talking Luther College men's and women's track and field.